Welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is Anjay and this will be a general monthly reading for September 2021 for the water sign Cancer. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. Please take the messages as they resonate for you and apply the messages to your specific situation because they will resonate differently for everyone. And also please remember, we are not trying to predict the future here. This is more of an energy forecast. Tarot is not determining our future. Any potential outcome or result that we will see in today's reading can be changed with your decisions and actions. Okay, so please always remember about that. And without further ado, let's jump straight into your monthly reading, Cancer. So I will start with pulling out an overarching energy theme for you for September, and then we will be pulling additional cards to go into the details. I am doing freestyle kind of readings, so I don't assign meanings to specific cards positions. I'm just reading the overall vibe that I get from the cards. Okay, so please be mindful of that. Let's see what is the overall energy for Cancer in September. You are in your power with the Emperor. Okay, this is Aries energy, which is funny because I just did Aries reading. So you may be dealing with an Aries. But Emperor is all about authority and power, right? The power is yours to command. It's like it's your time to build your empire, build your future, build your business, your career, your life in general, okay? But definitely being in power and authority, acting decisively, taking leadership. It can be a business owner, someone on managerial positions. Others are looking up to you for leadership, for advice, for perhaps for protection, okay? So definitely there's strength, there's courage. In this particular case, the Emperor is traditionally presented as an older man, right? That symbolizes his wisdom, his experience. In this particular case, we have a young guy sitting on the throne. So on one hand, there's that maturity and authority of the Emperor, but on the other hand, there's perhaps a fresh perspective, you know, a fresh perspective, different approach, different ideas. Okay, you have the Judgment at the bottom of the deck. So that is the call to awakening. Can be something about returning to life, but definitely leaving past behind, making peace with it and leaving it behind because it's time to move forward through the World card towards the Fool. So there's a new beginning right around the corner. It can even be spiritual awakening for some, okay? Some kind of an up-leveling, okay? Again, it can be in business. But definitely this card says here the call and act upon it. Perhaps you are not feeling like the Emperor. Maybe that's why he's presented as that young guy. Like you are not realizing the position that you hold or the potential that you have. That it's almost as if you're not using that full potential, and the Judgment shows up to say, hey, it's time to realize, you know, the throne that you're sitting on. Like the power is yours to command. It's time to get into the role that is meant for you. Okay, the Emperor can be someone of like a father figure nature. So it may represent someone of that feature in your life, may be of importance. It's almost, for someone it may be, you know, like the wise and older Emperor is gone and it's your time to take his place. Like now it's you who is perhaps the older in the family, or, you know, the strongest, that needs to take care of the empire, take the role of the Emperor. May be relevant for someone, okay? So you're almost announced with the Judgment as the Emperor. We have the Ten of Swords. There was some kind of a painful ending, okay? Again, as I said, may have been a loss of that father figure, right? Ten of Swords is an ending, and there is a new beginning around the corner with number 10. Let's see what else before I start interpreting the Ten of Swords card. There was some kind of a painful ending of whatever nature. Okay, those two. We have Four of Cups and we have Ten of Wands. So we have the Ten of Swords, which is the card of painful ending. This is mentally very painful too. We have the Four of Cups. In this particular deck, it's called Luxury, but this card always makes me think of discontent, missing something, missing someone. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is called Oppression in this deck, but this is burden, something that is very heavy to carry, almost impossible to carry, physically tiring as well, carrying a heavy load, painful ending. Even though Four of Cups is not the card of a loss, but it is the card of missing, and then something physically like exhausting on a material plane, exhausting your energy. I think the Judgment is calling you to move out from that energy. While it's justified, there was something painful and there was a hardship that you had to carry, and it almost with the Four of Cups makes me think that in whatever you were going through, whether it's discontent or missing or being sad, you were going through that alone, with the Four of Cups being presented as a person sitting under the moon, like you were only allowing yourself to feel those feelings at night when you were alone, not sharing with anyone, and hence it became mental and physical burden. Okay, and while you needed this time and it was justified, with the Judgment it's time to come back to life for you and assume that role that you are meant for. Okay, so standing up to the role of that leader, of that emperor. Let's pull 3 more cards. It's like very sudden maturity for some, that may be overburdening, overwhelming. It's like suddenly you need to fulfill that role of an authority figure. You have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. Wow, you really have some strange combination of cards. I mean, the energy is not super bad, but it gets kind of heavy. The Tower. You kidding me? Yeah. The Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so this is my avoidance card. Avoidance of making a decision. Okay, I don't want to see, I don't want to hear this, I don't want to face this yet at this time. Protecting yourself from making a move. You may be mentally blocked. And it may be some kind of like self-defense mechanism. With the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands, again, this is that mental state of, you know, I'm not able to make it. It's that self-sabotage, lying and deception, but it's, and this is a card of illusions. So you're almost like running away from making that decision, choice or move. You're running away from that to the world of illusions or dreams or memories. Okay, again, it makes me think of that vibe of some kind of a loss, and you need to fulfill for it. May be that simply, I don't know, some kind of organizational changes in your workplace, and maybe they're asking you to step up to the role of the leader, and you're thinking about it very deeply, and you're not sure if you are good enough. You have fears and issues with self belief. But I really strongly feel for others, there is some kind of a loss, whether it's a loss in a relationship or that father figure. As I said, there is sadness and something that was mental and physical burden. It was heavy to carry, and you know that you need to make some kind of a choice with the Two of Swords. You know that you need to step up to that Emperor. You know that you need to, there are some people who are looking up to you for protection, for security. And perhaps you're trying to avoid it. You're not allowing yourself fully to acknowledge that you are the leader of a family or some kind of a group now. And you're running away from that into memories or illusions. It cannot be true, or I cannot do it by myself or whatever, and just running away into some kind of, well, illusionary place, as I said, or maybe memories, but just like avoiding, hiding yourself in, maybe in your mental space that is some kind of a comfort space for you. But your last card is the Tower, and the Tower is all about expect the unexpected, right? The Tower needs to fall down for you to be liberated and move on, right? The Tower is about being stuck. This is the card of change. Expecting the unexpected can be distraction and awakening. Judgment is the card of awakening, but it's a little more peaceful. It's calling upon you, hear the call, act upon it, right? But this one will not be calling gently. When this comes, it will fall down abruptly, and this awakening may not be pleasant, okay? It's all for your good and for your liberation, but it may be kind of shaky, right? Like an earthquake. The Tower says do not resist the change, but on the opposite, initiate it, because clearly a change is needed for you to move forward. Some kind of self-imposed boundaries with the Tower. This is you holding yourself within self-imposed boundaries, whether it's your disbelief in yourself, you know, not believing that you can make it, that you can handle it, that you're good enough. This is encouraging you, and the Judgment card, to initiate that change, because once it's initiated for you, it may really be very abrupt and kind of even unpleasant, right? But when you initiate the change yourself, you have, at least to some extent, the possibility to control it and the process, how this change is executed, right? Let's close it off with Angel Kindness card to give you some positive affirmation. This is a good reading. It's not a bad reading, because it moves to the liberation, right? It's empowering you to remember that all that strength, mental, physical, to handle this is within you. You have it. One more shuffle, and the one from the top, that is your angel, and it says, live life fully. Take care of your physical and spiritual self. Radiate good health. Live life fully, okay? When you are stuck in the Tower, when you're hiding yourself in some kind of solitary places of your own imagination, you're not living life fully. You need to let go of the burdens. You need to hear the Judgment call and act upon it, and allow yourself to move forward towards the future. You're somehow stuck in between the worlds. Worlds, yes. The past and the future one, okay? I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing. I am wishing you a great September, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.